Beware of growth traps. A lot of people want to go right to growth and scale. And what's really hard to hear sometimes as a CEO is you're not ready to grow and scale. You really need a foundation. But if you're willing to hear it and you work on your foundation first, then you are that much closer to the growth and the scale. You can't grow something that doesn't have a foundation, and you can't scale something that hasn't yet grown. So often when we hear people are bringing somebody in to support their growth or their strategy, we're first looking at, do they have the foundational systems in place yet that somebody can actually take and run with? Far too often people are skipping a step and asking the wrong question. The question for them is not about scale or growth, it's, do I have the systems in place that can be grown and then scaled? And that's the foundation. 10 items here that I'm going to list off for you. So if you write these 10 down, score yourself 1 point for every system you have in some shape repeatable now. If you score less than a 5, get yourself to a 5 before you bring somebody in for growth or scale. The systems are time, so that's where we block and delegate our time as the CEO. Outreach. Outreach is about developing a flywheel that somebody else can come in and help you keep spinning. Payments, how they go in, how they come out. 4, fulfillment, how you perform your work in a repeatable manner and what sort of digital assets are associated with keeping that a uniform client experience. Purchasing, terms, supply chain, are we optimizing each of those things and growing the relationships that are associated with them so that it matches the value that you bring as a client and the volume that you do of work on an annual basis, not as a one-for-one. Feedback, internal, external. Do we have channels for it? Are we welcoming it? Are we using that data to improve? Innovate. Are we innovating and advancing within our market? And how much of that market do we have as a result of it? Content, are we capturing the impact that we're making so that we can share it and help educate future potential clients? Nurture and communicate. Are we nurturing the client base that we have, and how are we communicating that to stay top of mind? Last and most important is building team stakeholdership. So take these 10, give yourself a 1 for each item that you have in some shape repeatable form. If you have a 5 or more, you're okay to move forward and try to grow and scale because you have some foundation. If you have less than a 5, don't waste your hard-earned income by bringing somebody in to grow and scale. Get yourself to a place of foundation so that when you do bring somebody in, that person understands where you want to go and has something to help you grow versus has to start at square one and start building a foundation for you. Getting yourself to at least a 5 in this self-assessment of your business will save you a ton of time, resources, and hopefully keep you from disappointment when you do actually partner with the right strategist, the right growth partner, because you will have a foundation for them to come in and stand on and help you run with. Getting systems like this in place are what build your foundation and get you to the next step so that you can start growing and then put in systems to scale. It's not uncommon for CEOs that are 5 and 10 years in to not have a foundation and to hire somebody to grow and to scale, and that person comes in and has to build a foundation for them. So before you get yourself into a situation where you're frustrated that somebody is having you do things that feel small to you or feel like they're 5 years behind you and you want to be running and growing and scaling, giving yourself a small audit like this will help prepare you to understand what position you're in to actually grow, scale, or first focus on building your foundation. And it's not that you're not going to get to the growing and the scaling. It's that the longer you prolong building your foundation, the further away you are from growing and then scaling.